how did you guys enjoy the fall season, and how excited are you for the spring season to start up?
I think that the fall went really well for us. Obviously, we're like a smaller team, but I think just the team morale and team camaraderie did a lot for us in the fall. I would say like this is the closest team we've ever had since I've been here. And so just seeing how that kind of has translated into performance in tournaments has done a lot and was very exciting. We had a strong showing, I thought, in our first tournament in Ohio. So kind of hoping just to pick back up on like that and just to keep pushing the team together and hoping that that leads to results and better results in the spring. So yeah.
You mentioned team chemistry. Is there anything in particular with this year's group that has made that stand out?
I feel like we like making jokes. Everything's kind of something we can make a joke about in a way. We spent a lot of time traveling in the fall in the van, and so like just that blocks of time, like 4 hours at a time, we're just laughing, talking about life and whatever we wanted to, and it's really created a community within us. Like we really are a family and feel like we can talk to each other, and it creates a lot of positivity, I think, to where like even if you don't play well, like you're still happy and you're still having fun because you know you're with your best friends. So it's been good.
You talked about, those van trips and things like that. Are there any, particular trips that you guys took, or maybe a team activity or a team dinner that really stands out?
Yeah, well, all of our van trips are very interesting and very distinct and different from the next, just because of the kind of group we have. But obviously, I'm kind of biased. I think our first trip of the year was my favorite when we went to Ohio. I'm from West Virginia, so I begged Coach to stop at my favorite place in the whole world, Tudor's Biscuit World. It's a West Virginia little thing, but I was like, can we stop? I gotta, show off my culture to my friends who obviously are not as familiar. So he let us stop, and it was just very fun to see people in like my environment per se more. So that was definitely very enjoyable, and it's just every van ride's pretty entertaining in and of itself.
Yeah.
But yeah.
For each of you, what are your personal and team goals for this spring?
Good.
I think my main one's always just having fun. It's about a process, and I think if you enjoy that process, everything else comes with it. And so not taking it less serious, it still is important, but I think just to take a step back and kind of look at the bigger picture and make sure you're having fun. I think that's a huge goal for me throughout everything.
I agree with that. As a senior, obviously my time is coming to an end. So I really, as well, would want to enjoy the ride. Realize that it's always still early, but kind of just live in the moment and don't get so caught up in, the golf aspect of it as much. Because obviously the golf's important, but, this is the last time I get to do this with, like Lily said, my best friends. And so just really taking the time to enjoy the experience and not, getting ahead of ourselves. Yeah.
What lessons did you guys learn in the fall that you can implement into your spring season?
I think we learned from the first tournament that we're a lot more that we have the ability to be more competitive than I think we originally thought. I think the first tournament did a lot for us, and showing that we can do it. We all just kind of need to do it well at the same time. So where's I going?
I think it's important to know there's always another shot coming, and there's always another day. So you can't stop and worry about what you just did. You just have to keep moving through it, and it'll come.
Are there any, particular trips that you're kind of looking forward to in the spring season? Any destination that you're looking forward to going to visit?
I'm letting you go.
Oh,
you
me?
I want
Okay.
you to go.
Jekyll Island's always fun. It's a neat area. We've had some interesting weather in the past, so it'll be curious to see how that goes. We're gonna go up to Lexington later in the season, so I don't think we've been there. That'll be new. It's also our Code Red, so that should be great. Very exciting.
Yeah. I agree. I'm also excited to go south. I think our longer trips are sometimes the most fun ones, just because you get to spend more time together and away from school, which is obviously a fun thing. So I'm excited to go down south. Hopefully it's warm and the weather's good. But I am also excited, like Lily said, for the local tournaments because, I feel like more parents come, and I think that people get to see their loved ones, and, we all get to go out to dinner, and I think it's a really fun environment. So definitely just kind of excited for all we've got this whole season.
Emma, as the sole returning senior on this team, obviously you take a big leadership position with this group. How has your leadership role developed through your course here at Lynchburg?
I think I've definitely become more vocal as the years have gone on. I think this year we did, and I'm going to say we did a good job of, reaching out and making early connections with the newer girls, like Grace, our freshman, and Sydney, our grad student. Just planning things outside of golf. I think we've done a lot better of a job at wanting and getting together outside of practice and, just like going to the caf afterwards. Like it's more than that. Like we actively like hanging out, and as a leader, I guess I've pushed for that more. Like, hey, like let's do something this week. Like let's all get together. And I think that that's made a huge difference in the team dynamic. But yeah, that's what I would say. How I've become, yeah.
What are some, areas of the game that you're kind of focusing on working on right now and want to, continue to do that throughout the spring season?
I would say short games always on the front. I also think there's nothing that you can be too good at, so it's always just continually improving on yourself and your game. So there's always something to work on, which is what makes golf so neat.
Yeah, I agree with Lily. Also, I think the mental aspect of the game is something that I always need to work on. Just kind of making sure I don't fall out of it when things go bad. I'd like to do a better job of kind of like enjoying it, living in the moment, realizing like it's not the end of the world. I just hit a shot out of bounds. Like obviously it's not ideal, but I mean, like Coach V says, like there's a lot of golf left, a lot of holes left. And just kind of remembering that and doing a better job of staying in it and not being so big picture, just taking it one shot at a time.
What do you see as some of the biggest strengths for this year's group, whether that be on or off the course?
The support system, team camaraderie. Everyone personally cares about everyone else. In a way that I've never really seen before. Everyone wants to get better collectively. Everyone wants to show up for practice and wants to be there, wants to get better, and pushes everyone else to do the same. So I would definitely say that's one of our biggest strengths. Just, yeah.